Elvis.
Back home again.
We in here.
See the family.
BMore4Real.
All right. BMore, baby, let's go.
We in here, man. Let's go, man. We all in here, man. You already know. Yeah, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. We're going to give everybody a minute. Go ahead, jam with us.
Definitely. Come and make yourself comfortable, you know. Get your drink.
Yeah, look.
Let's out the room.
Let's get real on it.
Yeah, let's get real.
Real
Conversation.
real.
Iron sharpening iron.
We feel real good,
All
man.
day.
Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to the stream. Thank you. Yeah. Hey, so look, appreciate y'all for being here, man.
First.
This is another one. This is episode number 12, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Episode number 12, man. We've been doing this for a little bit and keeping it consistent. So we appreciate everybody. Let's give a round of applause for that, man. Let's give us some Let's do it, man.
Also, too, let me add this. I want to definitely give Uncle Wayne y'all flowers, man, already, because what y'all trying to do is bring together oneness, man. You already know that's what I stand for. And it's like being at home. So
For real.
I know I'm considered the favorite guest, but for real, I got a closet and a dresser drawer in here for real. So
you are mine.
I don't even, you know what I'm saying? Like,
For
It's
real, man.
truly a threesome. You are mine.
It feel good to be home.
It really do.
No
It really do.
place like home.
It really do feel good to have another one
And
on
you
the
know,
channel.
Corey,
Another
you know,
real
you
one
get
as well.
deep with us. So we like the fact that you get deep with us, and especially the topics we have today. It's sort of going to go back for when we first started, but a lot of these things still hurt.
Yeah.
We right here, and you know you run your production. As a matter of fact, let's remind everybody who you are and what you are about. Just remember, not only our favorite guests and family. Tell them a little about the organization once again.
So basically, my name is Corey Smith. You know, Dads Raising Men. That's what I stand for. It's not just the organization. It's not a gimmick. It's a way of life. So what I know is, with oneness, man, we limitless. You know what I'm saying? We can do whatever we want to do, because at the same time we grooming all of us to be leaders. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Leaders amongst men.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Not only can we direct, not only can we give orders, but we willing to lay out on our bellies and crawl on our knees in the trenches.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And we are always looking for unity. You know, what may be a weakness with me can be a strength, but together,
Absolutely.
what we do, we form.
Absolutely.
Man,
we be more for real about everything, man. Man, we be more for real about everything. For real, man. Let's just give a round of applause to our viewers and everybody that's joining the stream.
Definitely.
We appreciate y'all, man. We hope y'all go over to YouTube, like, share, subscribe. This is the realest conversation on the internet, on the net. It's the realest conversation on the planet, You best to believe it, for real. We get to it like it's nothing to it. So let's do it. We're gonna cut straight into this. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff going on. Club culture is the club scene dead. So there's been some recent talks on the internet and things of that nature when they're talking about clubs and people going out to the club to have a good time, right? And I guess the club scene has changed. And what we need to do, we need to be more for real about this.
Right.
Is clubs essential or not? Can they go? Can they stay? If they're going to stay, what we going to do about them to change things of that nature?
So bring me up to speed a little bit. It's been a minute, actually since I've been even in a club scene. To be honest, more type, and that's because age, of course. You grow into the lounge, more so a lounge. You know what I'm saying? There's more kickbacks. But to be honest, just to show my age, look, let's show my age. I'm Hammer Jacks, Paradox. You know what I'm saying? Choices, all that type. Those type of moments. And I remember they were clubs, and they was jumping off, and you was having fun. You know what I'm saying? But far as how is it now? What are they saying? Like, what's the vibe, basically?
Man, let's get straight to it. I'm glad you asked that question. We appreciate everybody that's tuning in. One thing we want y'all to do is go over to YouTube and everything like that. Like, share, and subscribe.
Please do.
We do not own the rights to the contents of this video, but we're gonna share it nonetheless under the Fair Use Act. Let's go. Let's get it.
And a question tonight: is the fun nature of the nightclub scene dying out? Some people have been complaining about how much the culture of the club has changed in the past few years. Instead of dancing, people have their eyes glued to their damn cell phones and posting on social media. And we can't forget to mention the cost after paying for parking, entry, and then a section that's a private area with your little bottles. Some just aren't in a party mood anymore. We have beverage director and consultant Bevan Biggers, owner of bars and nightclubs Sean Outlaw, and an occasional club goer, Rico Davis. So Rico, how has the club, in your opinion, from your perspective, lost its appeal?
I believe the parking first, because you're looking at paying almost $40 to $50 if you do valet parking, and just to get to the door, you're looking at sometimes $20, maybe $30. So you're looking at $80 just before you even get in the door.
Right.
And it's not fun anymore when you have to spend so much money to have a good time.
So yours is more on the financial aspect rather than people who are inside on their cell phones, not paying attention, not even socializing.
No one dance anymore.
Right.
You would see someone in a club and they're just literally on their phone the whole time. If you sit there, sometimes I like to do a lot of people watch. I would actually sit there and watch someone on their phone that long. It's like, it's no fun. I mean, me growing up, we go out to dance, to have a good time. But if your face is glued to the phone, what kind of fun is that?
Sean, your perspective as an owner out there.
So, again, a reminder, we don't own the rights to the contents of this video.
Right.
But did you hear the points that he was talking about, though?
Absolutely.
He already made a good point, though.
So what were some of the things that stuck out to y'all?
What stuck out to me is the fun. You know what I'm saying? The fun. Because you got to look at it like this. Not just the club scene, but the whole culture of the world seems to be what I spend determines what my value is and how much fun I'm having and what I'm really doing. But you really, you know what I'm saying, or at least the perception of, you know what I mean, that I'm doing this, not actually doing it though. You know what I mean? Not really, because you gotta remember, see, between our ages, we had history here.
Okay.
There used to be a time where somebody's house just used to be open and a speaker and a DJ with a turntable and it's jumping in there. It's jumping in there. You don't want it.
Right.
$few got you a long way.
And everybody was so set on having fun that if you did come in a certain spot moving crazy, everybody, whole club, the whole party will toss you out of there.
Turn on you.
Just
like that.
Toss you up out of there. So it's like they took the fun out of it more so to promote the image of what fun looks like. You feel me?
Same thing. Everything is a video.
And you getting taxed on top of that.
Hazer. But when I go to clubs, I kind of love that kind of. I mean, VIP is what I live for. I just used to be back in the day. Let's go. In the clubs, first of all, I don't like a line. I don't like to be waiting. I like the atmosphere outside. I ain't gonna lie. But when I'm ready to go in, I ain't.
You want to go straight in? I'm that way too.
So I always know a few extra dollars get you a long way.
Convenience.
Yeah. then it was never where we was a VIP set up. It's so fake and phony now when they set up. But you had the money, the owner always put you in a nice spot. You see the difference?
From my understanding, when you had, all right, so we're gonna get
now
further
60,
down into it.
He's 30, so remember the difference of the comments.
Right. So the thing is like all the VIP sections and the paying for stuff, and we'll continue this video as well.
To get the rest of it.
Yeah, to get the rest of the story, but that's my opinion about the situation, and like I said, it's just an opinion. So let's go ahead and continue.
And this is not to even like hate on somebody and how they get their money, but this is a question for me.
How you spend that money?
If I know I'm gonna pay normally, it's a $50 bottle. This is $60 bottle. You feel me?
Yeah.
Why am I paying $150 for this? It just don't psychologically. It don't make sense.
But see now, what he was saying too, though.
You gamble?
Not too much, unless I know I'm gonna win.
That same concept.
Hey,
it gotta be a short.
Can't we blowing money?
That's what it is. What he was saying too, though, it was like, look, I gotta pay valet parking is $40-$50, and then you gotta pay $20-$30 to get in the club as a man. So now you're spending $70-$80
before you even got in.
Before you even get in, before you even buy a bottle. So let's get that clear about the. Let's be more for real about what they're saying as well. So let's go ahead and be more for real. Let's go ahead and keep on continuing. Let's go.
Do you see many people not enjoying themselves, or you let the millennials and the Gen Zers just stay on their phones as long as they're spending that money with you?
Yeah, I mean, we work pretty hard for people to have a good time. We make sure that whether it's the music, the MC, the host, or maybe a guest we might bring on, they do a lot of twerking. Now, I don't know if you call that dancing, but there's a lot of twerking going on.
Whoa.
But yeah, no, the people are on their phones a lot. A lot of times they're showing what they're doing. Or what
instead of doing it.
Yeah. They're not living in the moment, and I see that. But at the same time, I mean, you know, if you want to be on your phone and buy drinks, then I guess that's your business.
And that's an important aspect, Bevan, that people want to show social media what they're doing, but they're not actually doing it.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
But that's what the younger generation period. I'm gonna throw something in there quick. He said twerking. Just like it is with these clubs. I used to go in even back in the day, the same thing. The one that shake that ass the most are the lousiest lay of ever. it never fails.
Straight advertising. And listen, but
false advertising to the high.
No, but really, what's wrong with the club scene though? Like, if you came out from the
bro, it's deception. Cause listen, they learned this the same way. Now I answer my own question: why I pay for what are you getting out of paying $150 or $200, sometimes $200 for a $50-$60 bottle, right? Twerker. I do know that much, but you are getting the effect of. Look at bro, he paid $200 for that bottle.
You gonna get that twerker,
right? Like you got it,
right? You got it.
Like
so
you got
yeah,
it.
He paid $200. So
and see, the thing is, a lot of people splurge. A lot of people act like they got it, and they really don't either.
See, that's another thing, bro. I come from an era where you gonna get it off the strength. I ain't gonna talk about the next man, what he doing.
See me,
even if it's my homeboy, I don't know him right now. If I'm trying to do what I do.
See me,
you feel me? Like
I'm not a big fan of spending a whole bunch of money for one day. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
Unless it's worth it.
Unless it's extremely worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because all right, so look, not to get off topic, but you feel what I'm saying? Like, okay, let's say we spend a whole bunch of money on a wedding, but it's not about the wedding. It's everyday after.
I ain't gonna lie. First of all, let me say that. That's a terrible investment.
It is.
You know why?
It is. You spend $100,000 on a wedding,
accommodating everybody else.
Right.
And then you wake up next to each other and be like,
right. I don't know if I can do this anymore.
For real.
6 months later,
6
months later, you wake up like, I don't know if I can do this anymore.
But see, I'm older and I got nephews and stuff. I tell them the same thing. If you want to marry her and all she want is a big wedding, you better haul off. and
For real.
Run for the
It's
hills.
way more than that.
It's the merge.
It's the merge itself.
You need to spend all that time, energy, and money into the merge.
So I see the club scene just like that. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what they're saying. Look, we spending our money with you. We doing the best. And then look how it is for males. I'm gonna just put this out there. You understand what I'm saying? Because I am an advocate for men. I'm an advocate for family. You understand what I'm saying? First, you know what I'm saying? DRM is not just a lifestyle. This is a living. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that we invest all this money. He said the $50 or whatever it costs to get in, or the park and everything. You invest all this stuff, and you get what in return? What do you get in return?
The twerker.
What do you get in return? Hey, we got a comment. We got a comment I would like to read. Hey, look, I don't got my glasses, so bear with me. It says, I like to go to the club for performances, but not to dance, etc.
He said we niggering too much.
Ninjas be niggering too much. Hey, we'll probably beat that out. We appreciate you, Brother Naughty. You was always here.
Wow.
You was always here, Brother Naughty. No, for real, though.
You need to have some fun while you out there. Come on now.
No, for real, though.
But you know what? That's another thing too. Like I was saying earlier, I did see a dude who posted a video. He posted a video saying, basically, the vibe from the music make him feel a certain way too. That take the fun out of it. Like because not even to throw no shade towards any junk, like the music itself, because everybody. Plus, I grew up on hardcore. You know what I'm saying? But it's different. And he was just like, if you listening to something and it ain't talking about nothing but shoot a nigga, he said, but constantly but that's the song that's popping.
Right.
Eventually, it's gonna make everybody feel the same way because music is a motivating spirit.
Absolutely.
Right.
And
I told you that daggone. I ain't gonna lie, that Jeezy Recession CD made me get so many tickets, bro. I was dipping and I was a working man. I work now. I got a whole family. I'm catching.
You behind the wheel. Spirit hit you. You go.
I'm like, what is I said, it's the CD. I said, this
we
is
adapt
bad
to our
influence.
surroundings.
Right.
We are.
Right.
We adapt to our surroundings.
Right.
It make you feel away. So
right.
And then on top of that, it just now it's about selling the image instead of actually doing or being it.
And that's dangerous.
That's phony.
And that's
I don't like it. Yeah,
because
Like,
when you find out a motherfucker that done portray the whole image, after a while, it becomes that way. You begin to say what is real and what is not.
Right.
You can spend because a lot of brothers spend a lot of money in the clubs, but they don't get what they want.
Right.
You see?
Right.
Sometimes money don't do the trick.
Brother Naughty, we appreciate you a whole lot again, as always, like just consistently forever and always.
Naughty, what you doing?
We appreciate you, brother Naughty. He says the music is a demonic vibe right now. The music is just a demonic vibe right now. And we're going to pay attention to the conversation. We're going to pay attention to the comments, both that Brother Corey said, both that you said, and Brother Naughty said. We're going to pay attention to this as well. Let's go ahead and get back to some more of this. Let's hear what this got to say.
Sometimes when I go out, they'll be on their phones, and the only time they dance is if somebody has a camera in their face, like, hey, girl, ooh. And then right when the camera's done, back on the phone, I'm like, what is going on? Me, I'm definitely a dance person, so that's why I'm like at the flat a lot, because people come in there specifically to dance and drink and dance. Like I'm coming there to sweat, but it's really hard for me to enjoy myself. I'm not a section person. I'm not going to get a bottle. I just want a few drinks, and I just want to dance.
And are places like the Flat fewer and far in between now?
Very few and far in between, but there is like a house movement going on. So there's a lot of like private parties, like house music party scene where people are coming out specifically to dance, and it's usually house music. That's usually the scene where we're dancing the most. Everything else is twerking periodically for the camera, for your phone. So yeah, I'm just not enjoying myself if I can't dance. Too.
And so, Rico, have you said, you know what, this is not for me, I might as well stay home, or do you go to house party? What's your alternative?
Brother Naughty said, I go to the club to perform and leave. That's what he did.
But you know what? That's what it boiled down to, because you got to think like the club scene is sometimes that's the only way you gonna get traction for certain lines of business and what you into. You gonna have to.
But that's the younger gen. Listen, just like she said, That's the younger generation got the phone and they only because that's how their life is. Everything is only a snap of time.
Yeah.
Remember I said it's
Instead of
instant gratification.
Yeah.
Right,
And
right,
nothing
right.
lasts long. Their relationship don't last long. Nothing in their life lasts
All
long.
recorded moves, and we do. I definitely understand the power in technology, even though they try, they try to put the gap in understanding because of age differences, all of that. But I understand the power in it, but it also can be a very negative tool because
It done suck them up.
with it, I watch it with my children, for instance, right?
How
And
old
I
are they?
watch kids.
How old are they?
12 and 10. You see what I'm saying?
That's
So
right.
I watch the fact that if I don't, I give them 2 minute increments. Like, I mean, 2 hours. 2 hours on that screen. I don't care if it's a phone. I don't care if it's a laptop. I don't care if it's a game. I don't care if it's a TV. Cut that out. The other hours you're going to put into keeping your mind working and interacting. You know what I'm saying? That's very important because what happens is you don't realize you're forgetting how to interact with a real human being.
Bang.
So having a real conversation become awkward because you don't really know what to say
You
no
don't know
more.
how to communicate.
Yeah,
That's
that's it.
We have
you
to
forgot how to verbally
communicate.
communicate,
Yes.
and that's very important.
Most important
You know what
thing
I'm
in
saying?
life.
Survival skills.
It teaches you who you are because when
Yeah.
you communicate, the vibes that you get back teaches you who you are.
Yeah.
When you're behind a screen or you do this, it's not who you really are. People can't respond off of the words that you say because they're only words, and that's what y'all get that way.
Yeah.
And look, they actually get into a relationship, be in love, and break up all over the phone with
Man.
texting and the other.
Yeah, the whole thing.
It's unbelievable.
They got the AI writing love letters to their girl now. I seen the dudes like,
Yeah, I seen
the
about the
AI
thing
wrote
about
a love
AI.
letter. I'm like,
Yo,
bro,
You know what?
y'all is
You know one thing about that artificial intelligence thing,
it's recording your information.
but it
too.
doesn't get us. It
Nah.
don't fit us.
Nah.
You ever see it? It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's never.
It's very general. I feel like the person to be like, that ninja don't talk like that. Who wrote this?
Right.
People
Right.
that know you will be like, nah, that ain't him.
No, because we
Yeah,
know it. It's no artificial can mark
can
us.
really
They
catch,
can never copy
can't
us.
catch the
They
essence of a
can't,
person.
because
Yeah.
You know why? Because all that they are feeding, they don't know us as black.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So when it kicks it back out, it can't be us.
And
we
re-
can't be duplicated.
and
That's
real-
the thing
and
about
really-
it.
and
Think about it.
That's a fact.
We
and,
can't be
and
duplicated.
And genuine expression just hit different. It's gonna be a whole different,
Ooh,
different effect.
We
The
all
sincerity,
who we
yeah.
are said.
It cut through stone when it's
Man,
real.
I tell you, listen, we need to be proud of who we are, whether we in the club or not.
Yeah, we do.
And look, let's
real.
mention this. I had to bring this up when she brought house music up. I had to bring this up too. House music is a whole general world.
Right.
That's where my world I come from.
Right.
We have house music concerts all everywhere. There's never any issues. Never. We had everywhere. We had big ass
Speak,
events
damn
everywhere. And guess what?
You reading the last?
You don't hear
you
nothing
reading
from
that?
us. Nothing.
That's what
Hey,
I read
yo.
too. I was reading-
Hey, bro, I said,
Crazy,
he
man.
said, I don't speak dummy. It's a form.
Yeah,
It's
Naughty
a
going,
form
Naughty going in
language
today.
to me.
He in rare form right now. That's
For
what's
real,
up.
though. Be more for real, though. He said, don't speak dummy to him. That's a foreign language, for real.
House music is the thing. Whole nother world.
Yup,
It
and
used
I
to be
remember-
a time where they.
No, I
It used
just.
to be a time where somebody get mad if you if you take a picture or pull a phone out around them in a certain place,
Right.
getting offended because
Right.
they're like,
I just
"Bro,
thought
don't
about
put me
that.
on
You're
camera,
right.
brother."
I just thought about
Right.
that. You right. Certain places
That's why,
right
yeah,
now.
like where I'm at
you
and
gotta
all that.
put that
And you know
phone
another
in.
argument
bruh.
too. Another argument as well is that the music that's being played in the club is that you can't twerk to Lil Baby and Lil Durk and all them and all the
Yeah.
trap music, and you just thugged out and you
Yeah.
supposed to dance to all
Lil
of that
Baby
music.
thugged
All-
out. You
I
said
mean,
Lil Baby thugged
you
out.
can't dance to Lil Baby,
Nah,
the
let me
thugged
stop,
out
buddy.
music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All the thugged out music. That's what they're
That's what
saying.
it is.
You know what I'm saying? Let's be more for real about the situation. We're
twerk
giving
to
y'all some
anything.
real stuff, some real
You ever seen them
information.
twerk? They twerk to anything.
Exactly. At the headlights, we are, man. I'm hey, look.
And you know what?
Twerk tag,
Too,
anything.
certain forms certain forms of drugs make you feel a certain way too.
Exactly.
You got to think about like that vibe of music with whatever, like a any type of exotic type of drug. It's gonna have a different effect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
right.
We ain't no exception.
So the
right?
DJ,
We done did shrooms. We done did you feel me? The
Right.
Blue Dolphins.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's not act like we ain't do Blue Dolphins.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
hey.
listen, you know what'll blow your mind? I used to do LSD. Think
Wow.
about it. When I
my
say that, it blows people's mind because that's how
Yeah.
the years. Remember, I'm 60.
Yeah.
Right.
It was acid, but
Yeah.
really it was called LSD.
Hey, look, we be
Yeah.
more for real on this
Hey,
podcast.
man,
For real.
man,
This
man,
gonna be the realest conversation
Yeah,
on the
man,
planet,
real.
for real.
I can
If y'all ain't ready for it, don't even tune in.
And you
for
know
real.
what? You done heard some stories
Yeah.
off of that. See,
I'm at a level in my life. I am 60 years old. I don't owe nobody nothing.
nah.
Nothing.
You know what I mean? I only
But the
owe it
truth-
to right.
but the truth
so
is it.
the God. So if
Yeah.
God forgives me, what do I care what y'all think?
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? I'm at that
Exactly.
age group. I'm not what I used to be, and thank God I'm not.
Exactly.
His grace and mercy.
Exactly. Brother Nadi said house music is
House
our
music.
generation of music. Most people are 45 and
And older. My mind.
the
music.
wily old veteran again. The wily old veteran strikes again. And so we appreciate y'all, man. We got
Let's
another
give that
topic.
man an applause.
Man, all right,
give
let's
that man
give
an
Brother Nadi
Let's give
applause.
him a
Let's do it.
Let's
house-
give, bro. Matter of fact, we ain't no long, man. See, we already-
That man was definitely chiming in like clockwork.
Yup. We'll do that for you, brother Nadi. Also,
Let's do it.
hey, so look, we went a little bit over as we do always, man. It's a lot of stuff to talk about. We probably hit these subjects again, but check it out. Like, share, subscribe. Also,
Absolutely.
definitely
Like,
make sure,
subscribe.
definitely make sure
Definitely.
you tune into us live. We want to hear everybody's situation. We want to hear everybody's opinion because our opinions are not the only ones
Still on that.
that matter.
There you go.
Here we go.
Welcome back, y'all. We were gone for a
Homelessness.
while.
Homelessness in America. Yes, we was gone for a little while. You know,
For a
what
little
I'm saying?
bit, for a little
Just
bit.
for a little bit.
We was homeless for a moment.
Homeless. I think we got our sights set on where we want to land this
I
time.
know better. That was
That's
so funny.
No.
Because
You
those
know
are
they if
crunching times
listen,
for some people who
and you
are.
know what? We gotta be
home.
able to take a joke though.
Yep.
We gotta be able to smile and
In-
laugh in the midst
In
of
that
all
case,
situations.
we was
Right,
homeless
we
for
was
a while,
homeless for
y'all.
a minute.
We was
Because
homeless.
I ain't gonna lie, to be honest, some of your people you run into in the worst situations and conditions, they had some of the best of humor.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
And-
So
Right.
And that's
the best
the
of
way.
attitude.
they do, bro.
That go back to us getting that comedian show together.
Yeah,
I've been
we
on
got-
them, y'all. That's
we
why
trying,
they say
yeah,
I've
we
been
trying
on
to get that stuff.
'Cause
Hey,
we
hey,
need
man,
a laugh.
if y'all know comedians,
Yes.
Hey, Wick.
holla at us.
There we go. Absolutely.
Hey.
You know, it take holla at
Because
us.
we
we gonna
want to
get
get
it.
it.
Send them our way.
We
We
want
gonna
to
get
put a
it.
show together with nothing but laughter.
We gonna get it.
And as we talked about some of them episodes of what's going on, so we're not going to kill the comedian thing. And just like you said, that's a time when we can be who we are. Sometimes making a laugh, you can cut through some of the things that you can't through in so many other ways. So we're going to try to put a comedian show together. So listen, you have some ideas, tune in, let us know. And hit us out at what? Be more for
Be
real.
more for real,
baby.
At
Be more for
Gmail.
real at gmail.com. Hey, Brother Nadi said, thank you, fellas. He loves this show, man. We love
Hey,
you more,
man,
man.
give him an
We
applause,
love you
y'all.
more, man. We're
Let's
gonna
give him
give
another
another
applause.
We got all
Hey,
applause
you
for you.
appreciate it. That's
All
right.
right.
That's right.
We love
Give
you.
it everything.
Let's
Give
go,
it
let's go.
everything.
We are here, man. Make sure y'all like that. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, man. For real.
Subscribe.
Y'all love us. We love y'all back. For real, no doubt. There's no doubt about it.
So
But look,
let's
we
talk
talking
about
about homeless
homeless.
in America, man. And then this
And
goes
in
on to say
Baltimore.
61% of people are one or
Wow.
two paychecks away from being homeless. Let's address this situation.
Man.
Nobody seems to talk about it. Let's be more for real about our circumstances that's going on and be more and around the
Well,
country.
Well, look, I'm gonna start off and I'm gonna come out guns blazing. Who-
Okay,
I
let's
need
go.
it.
All right, because this is what I feel. I feel like one of the main issues, let's say for here, just in BMore, just started with BMore. I feel like the funds are not being put where they need to be in order to really change the situation.
Okay.
A lot of smoking screens. We love to talk about the issue here,
Mhm.
but to be honest, the people where the money where the money is flowing through their hands, that's exactly where it stop at.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of organizations and people that's willing to put the groundwork in. It's people that got a heart, man. You got to find the people that have a heart for the situation. Yes, it's business. Yes, it's always a politician behind the scenes, but they're not trusting the people who know how to really make a difference where your heart is in the right position.
Right.
It's people that, man, so many good dudes I know just talk about they want to get a house where they can have a transition house,
Right.
transition home.
Right.
But they trying to do it out of pocket though.
Right.
We shouldn't have to do that. You see what I'm saying? It should be a form to fill out. Okay, yeah, criteria that need to be fit in order to make it happen, man. But they really don't. They don't want to really give the people who have the heart to do what they're doing a chance to really make a difference here.
Absolutely. Because they know what they want? They want you, in order for you to do anything with them, this is how the city itself, they want you to go to college, they want you to get a PhD, they want you to go through that area before you can talk and tell them anything which you living and experience and understand.
You already have a PhD in it. You feel what I'm saying? Like you already have a doctorate in the situation. You're in it.
So living
what's
it
the
and
idea?
breathing every day.
Breathing
But you know what? Let me explain something to you. When you say that, it is time for us to get rid of our problem. Our problem is the people we elect.
That's a fact.
So hold on. Let me
You moving fast. You moving fast.
Hold on. Let me get this straight. So our problem is our problem. The people that we elect, is our problem is that our people don't do what we're supposed to do as a people, and we're too dependent on the elect.
We elected them for that reason. Remember?
So we elected them to depend on them.
Right.
And
we do need people to
I
fight for us.
I feel like that's the worst thing you can do too. Is
And that's where I'm at with it.
The people you elect.
Talk to us. Let's talk about it.
We have to elect.
And I'm surprised. I'm surprised you said that, Uncle Wayne, because you are not a fan of Brandon Scott.
Absolutely. and never.
You feel me? I'm just surprised that you even said that because.
Let me break it down for you. You know why? Because those laws are meant to be changed by people we elect. So when election time came, they gave us this spiel that they believed in us and they was going to carry us across the finish line together.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened is he turned on us. Truth be told.
Well, hold on.
But how come?
Hold on.
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Hold on.
Tell me why he did.
This is my thing, and it's not just Brandon Scott. Like homelessness is homelessness is a problem all across the United States.
He is the mayor of the city of Baltimore.
I agree with that. Serious comments on here too.
I agree with that. I agree with that. You know what I'm saying?
I want y'all to bring us out. Remember that.
I agree with that. Before I even say what I want to say, let's go ahead and address the comments. Said the money is in the private sectors and corporations. And the city can't keep up with them, with them owners and investors. The average rent is $2K for a one-bedroom apartment. So, that's crazy. The cost of living, okay, I understand all that stuff. Now, look.
With not enough jobs.
Appreciate you again as well, Brother Nadi.
Yeah.
It's not just about enough jobs or anything like that. To me, what I find is that if you see how many homes there is in America as compared to how many people there is in America, you'll find a disparity. So we ain't gonna get into all the numbers, but as far as I know, there are only like 100 million, maybe 200 million homes in America. But the population far exceeds the homes that are in America. So I know from a supply and demand standpoint that if you have more of a supply, if you have, less of a supply, and it's a bunch of demand for it, the price goes up.
Right.
So now that we're at a point in the United States where there's over 300 million people and all this stuff, people are looking for homes for themselves. And some people have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 homes, you understand, for themselves. So there is not enough homes to go around, and there is plenty of space, though.
But I really, it's so many ways to answer this question, bro. It's so many legs to this situation. But honestly, let's start with us, right? Let's start with us. Let's start with us. Let's stop. We need to. Let's go back to. We believe that Scott was going to do blah blah blah. If we want to go to politics way.
Okay.
But how in history? How many times has that story repeated itself?
Throughout.
No matter who it was.
Absolutely. Throughout.
Martin Luther King.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Same
Whoever
thing.
you want to say, they always fed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm being funny when I say that,
But it's
respect
true.
to him. But that was not really doing it for us. That was also another image of. I must say it all the time. Black people love a good kumbaya, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
Sure.
And then after the kumbaya, we in here really with situations at home.
Real situation.
So-
Absolutely.
Unify. That's what I want
Brother
to say.
Noddy said, heck.
Hey, I'm with you,
homelessness
and
right
and
now
I'm with you
in
on
a
that.
shelter for veterans. Crazy, bro.
On my
I'm just
VA
waiting
voucher.
on my VA voucher.
That's what's up.
So this is crazy, and this is why
Right.
we need to be more for real about our situations and our circumstances. You understand what I'm
Shout
saying?
out to
Because
that.
we have people that have served the country, right?
Yeah.
That's out
And-
here
and to be homeless.
in the same
Yeah,
situation
yeah,
as people that
yeah.
never did anything
Throwing your
for
life
their life.
on the line for a cause you really don't
And
know.
how-
You fight-
How do we change that
Man.
as a people? We gotta start looking out
But
for
we-
our own
damn
people.
people.
But we change it the same way we change everything else. If black men would lead, things would change.
Brother Noddy
Yeah.
said
Thank you
again.
for saying that, because look at all the black leaders in Baltimore. We're electing the wrong.
We need
Black
our
lady.
kind.
Brother
We
Noddy
need
said,
our
brother,
kind.
hold on one second. Brother Noddy said again that that's why they are building so many apartment buildings and not houses.
Not houses.
And he's spot on. So when you understand, I'm glad you even said that. Look, when we addressing homelessness and everything else like that, America is building in a way similar to China and all of those other Eastern countries where now the result is to build up instead of build on a massive land. You understand what I'm saying? Because you take up more space. If you build up, then more people can live in this building that go up. See, the problem with
That's
that
a
is
problem.
the only downside is to that when you have places like in California and all that stuff, places that's prone to earthquakes. When you have
Violence.
natural disasters, though, structural that can create structural
Violence
damage.
is as natural as you
Cause
can
you know
get,
why,
right?
bro? Cause you know why? Cause and I sorry to cut you off, but
I'm listening.
because, bro, a lot of people done lost just the idea to respect another person's lane. So most of us really, bro. I tell us this is the crazy thing. We used to go outside, run around,
Right.
down the street, up the street. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And I know we can't go right back the way things was because it's definitely different out here. But it's crazy to see. I take the kids to the playground. I'm expecting there's some downtime. I'm letting them run around. I'm in my own space trying to do whatever
Chill time.
on the side. I'm watching so many parents standing 2 and 3 feet away from their child while they on the playground. Guard, everybody on guard to make sure you don't do nothing to their kid. And that's just to show you, like, but their kid also not taught to respect. You know what I mean?
That's
It's
at the
a
same
lot.
time.
It's a lot of
Right.
miscommunication. So you cram
But-
people together.
Can you answer me
crazy.
this though? Can you answer me this? Can America answer me this? Anybody that's watching live, how is
He
it
said
that
fancy project, still
how,
the project.
how is it that 61% of Americans are 1 or 2 paychecks away from, you know what I'm saying, being on the street? How is that in a country where the land of the free, the home of the brave, everything that we vouch for?
Reality.
How is that? Brother Noddy said fancy project.
It's still the
It's still the
project.
project,
Facts.
just fancier.
Listen,
Because, well, the thing about that too, I'm sorry,
go
again,
ahead.
is the fact that most of us have to travel outside to really go get some type of money. The rates are not accommodating the cost of living here. You see what I'm saying? So most people running around here doing 2 and 3 things, but that's just to keep the.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you here, you right here.
Mm-hmm.
What else is lacking? You barely sleeping.
Every week,
You mean
they
all
dip.
type of
Every
yeah,
week they
you
dip.
can sleep standing up, leaning
That's
against a
right.
wall.
Hey, can I, man, I'm trying to
Wake up to a bill.
Look, all right, see, look, I try to,
Pretty much.
look, I try not to put too much swag on it, but look, this is why I like to say I'm trying to told you.
Right.
Look, when I'm trying to told you, when I'm trying to told America, right, and I know that's not proper English.
We
I just said
already
that.
know. We
Right,
at
look,
home.
I feel the
Well,
in the
vibe.
living
What,
room.
what I'm trying to told you, right? What I'm trying to told you is that America And what we've been going through recently as a country, especially in terms of the hikes and rent and everything else like that, it hasn't been because food or water or things like that has been scarce. It's been because of the own greedy people that control these that just give us a hike, a rate increase. There has been no substantial changes since COVID or after COVID. It's been own companies that seen the opportunity to price gouge us. But now that prices is up everywhere, we got a lot of people in jeopardy. Like a lot of us is in winter and we smack dab in summer. You understand what I'm saying? We don't know where we gonna go. We don't know where we gonna eat at. Why is it that America is like that? How is it that America is like that?
It makes sense.
What can we do about that?
I'm 60 years old. You need to hear from an older one that's telling the younger ones, y'all need to get it together. First of all, y'all live beyond your means. You one check away from losing it all because you're stuck in the situation. Listen to what it is. Look at the car you drive, and it's all for trying to impress someone else. That image, you just said it. Same thing about that club. You the same one spending extra trying to prove to everybody else.
Hold up, let's get a round of applause. Let's get a round of applause for that.
Shit, you drive the fanciest cars you drive. You have the nicest clothes. You live in a big old house, and you understand it. And it is absolutely right. You're one paycheck off of getting that notice that foreclosure, repossession, and credit cards is past due.
All that.
That's what we do. But we always try to impress each other. Listen, it ain't the white folks, it's the black folks.
Well, they know.
I mean,
one second. Brother Nadi said America.
Hit it where it hurts.
Brother Nadi said America is smoke and mirrors. You know we value our viewers. We really do. So we're going to make sure y'all get ready.
Absolutely.
America is smoke and mirrors. Is great at branding things that aren't necessarily true. So America is great at branding things that aren't necessarily true.
We do it.
Man, let's give another round of applause.
We do it.
Let's go ahead.
We do it.
Let's do it.
When we grew up, our family always been trying to keep up with the Joneses. This is when we grew up, our family used to say that you keep trying to keep up with the Joneses. That's what it is, trying to be impressive. But watch this, we talked about that earlier, spending all of that into that wedding instead of the marriage. Right. You know what I mean? And watch this, I'm going to give you another one that'll bust your head wide open. Spending all that time and energy to a repass after the person gone. And you ain't get them none of that while they was here. That's why you said, when you said you give me them flowers,
get the flowers,
I gave you the love.
Oh, now you know it's getting crazy. I seen them standing dead man up on a dirt bike.
Trying to do anything.
And you know what's crazy? You talking about flowers,
trying to bring them back.
My mother used to always say, give me my flowers while I can smell them. Give me my flowers while I can live. While I'm living.
While I can hear it.
Yeah.
Appreciate that person. Love on that person while they here.
It means let them know. Let them know. Reciprocate the love that's being given.
A lot of brothers wouldn't be out there doing dumbass shit now if they knew they had the love. They did.
Right.
I look at them repasses. You know, I'm production. You know, we got the whole rental and stuff. So we see the difference of a repass. And when I see that repass, I'm like, oh my God, did they give that much love to them while they were alive? They would never wanted to die.
I realize, and I always look at that now. I think it come with age. You start to look at, man, minutes I can't get back. You know what I mean? Like so
very
there are
true.
minutes I will never get back. So sometimes you think, all right, if I can fix that situation, it's worth something to me. Let me fix that situation. You see what I'm saying? Let me bring closure to that situation. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to teach my sons that young, because a lot of things like, man, if you learn how to do this young, you know what I'm saying? You never know what type of blessings and doors it'll open up for you. But back to the topic, they not just America, like this whole world is systematically feeds on the idea of, if you want us to sell you the vision and the image, we gonna give you a price. It's nothing. But then the hustle in me, you gotta be both ways.
Right.
If you wanna be a dummy, why? And I ain't saying technically everybody a dummy, because people do it for their own reasons, but just think wisely.
Mm-hmm.
Look at other cultures, the way they move.
Mm-hmm.
They don't worry about the extravagant wedding so much. They get that person a house. They gift that couple a house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Property. So just imagine that. Somebody hit $50,000 or $100,000 on your down payment instead of buying you pots and pans. I got married before, so I done had like 4 or 5 George Foreman grills and all types of
right.
champagne glasses. I don't even know where they at for real.
But it's up to us.
Yep. Hey,
Give me the
we got another comment. Let's make sure we keep these.
Yo, naughty acting up out here.
Viewers. For real though.
For real.
Be more for real. He said, brother Naughty, again, we appreciate you so much, man. We really do. He said broke people trying to impress. Excuse me. He said broke people trying to impress broke people and convince themselves that they're not broke.
Yes.
Broke people trying to impress broke people and convince.
He need applause.
Ain't
for that.
They not broke.
Another one.
Another one.
Another one.
Let's go.
You the master of one-liners tonight, sir. You the master of one-liners tonight.
For real, man.
You got it done.
That's a fact.
Dropping big knowledge bombs. But see, this is my thing about homelessness and stuff like that we need to face and talk about as reality as the people, as black people, right? Each one need to reach one. If you got a house for yourself and you're not accommodating other black people, knowing the circumstances that we're in this country, man, then you are a hindrance to the growth and production of our people in our community.
Wait a minute.
I mean,
explain that one again.
So
if
if you got ample shelter space, you got ample resources, and you are hindering these resources from your people because you want some type of leverage to feel like you're up and be condescending on people, then you, my sir, or my dude, or my lady,
the weakest link.
You are the problem.
You the problem. Now,
you the problem.
Look at this.
Because you got the. Hold on. You got the people, right? Like we was talking about gatekeepers.
Yeah,
we was already talking about gatekeepers.
It's a lot of that.
That will guard your success. They know your potential. They know that you're not a bad person, but they can be the person that help you. You understand what I'm saying? And we was talking about.
You know what's
we was talking about Vilo.
That?
Hold on. We was talking about Vilo.
Yeah,
we was talking about Vilo, right?
Yeah.
And Vilo was talking about youth homelessness and how we don't even know how to look at it, and how we don't even know how to
what
do
it looks
that.
like.
We don't even know what it's look like. You understand what I'm saying? So, just to speak on a lot of the men's situation and the homelessness and all that stuff, man, it really hits me deep, because then we got people that went to war and all that stuff like Brother Nadi and stuff, and come home and don't get the benefits that they deserve. Yeah. So when will we as black people say, look, we don't need none of that shit. Yeah. We don't need none of y'all shit. We got our own shit to provide for our own people. You understand what I'm saying? We gonna make sure that each one reach one. We gonna make sure if I got a space, you got a space. We gonna make sure if I got a plate, you got a plate.
Right. So when he came home and he had issues, we would have been able to take care of it. And as blacks, we should have done that. But we don't.
Right.
We get into
without
these
government
positions,
assistance.
But we get into these positions, but we don't lead. We're like substitute teachers. Let me give you a prime example. People hate when I say this. Barack Obama. People get upset, but I stand tall.
No, I know
he was like a substitute teacher.
Yeah. I
know you know when they come in, they don't change any rules and regulations and laws. They are just there as a substitute. I expect for him, and people get upset. Look at Trump. He said he don't have that much power. Barack Obama didn't have much power. He was president. He was done it. They would have killed him. They would have done this. He would have did this. I'm saying he was in there for 8 years. Mm-hmm. Trump was in there for 4 years
and making moves because he had a following.
Do you see?
He had a following. But you know what? You know we do this again, and I don't really care. I ain't really trying to spare nobody's feeling. This
let's be more for real. This is the platform for. We're gonna be more for real.
This what we be on. Why it was great. Because we can never imagine that we'd see a black man even in that type of position.
Right.
We didn't realize we got so stuck on that. Anytime you can say, well, why you voting for him? Oh, because he black. Do I do business with anybody? Think about you personally. Do you do certain business with anybody because he black?
Now look.
You like, nah, bro. What you want? Can I trust you?
Let's be more for real. Let's be more for real.
Look, we gotta stop being sweet.
Let's be more for real, yo, because we're gonna talk about it, right? Even when Barack Obama became president, right? I'm not denigrating his whole character or his whole status as a president, but he was half black. He wasn't even fully black. Number one, right?
Nah.
He wasn't. So they gave us a half black man to begin with, right? And then this Negro did nothing for Negroes
Nothing.
other than provide cell phones for everybody across. It wasn't like these cell phones is only for Negroes. It wasn't like Obama only cares about black people. Obama cared about the whole guy.
Yeah.
And that's nothing wrong. He's the president. You understand what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. But when you break it down on the surface level, when these people like Trump get in office, he even took care of stuff that we didn't take care of, Department of Housing and all that stuff, high been costing, whatever he was, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? But what he did was make sure he paid up for the rich people who were like him, who needed them tax breaks.
Out for his kind.
For his people who needed them tax breaks and all that stuff, right? But our success as black people is predicated off of keeping our people on the plantation, and I do not like that mentality.
Yeah. So
that is gatekeeping at its finest.
He was Samuel Jackson from Django.
Yup. That is gatekeeping. That is gatekeeping at its finest.
What it is.
That's gatekeeping at its finest.
He was a well-spoken with a nice, beautiful black queen beside him. Got all the swag in the right people.
What blow your mind? Beside him. Watch this.
Samuel Jackson from Django.
If Michelle Obama was president, it would have been
because
different
black women movement is different.
Before we move on, Brother Nadi again. He says president isn't a legislator. He said the president, isn't a legislator, and didn't have the House and the Senate. Trump had the House and the Senate. That's why he wasn't punished for the impeachment. You don't punish your friends. And then he went on to say that Obama got them alphabet people in there. Yes.
Yeah.
And
Now you ready for this? Now stop spitting out stuff you don't know. When Barack Obama got in there, everything was Democrat. For the first 2 years he was in there, everything was Democrat. Everything. He chose, his position was to do the health care. That was his target. And he did that. He went there and he threw everything into health care. That wasn't the main issue that blacks was having. So when you do your homework, stop saying that. He had everything on his side. Do it. For the first 2 years, he had everything Democrat. But his decision was to do health care. And even health care, what he did had some holes I was upset about. I live and breathe this stuff. I believed in Barack Obama.
I believe it. That's the thing. We all wanted to.
Hold on. Let's be more for real, right? Let's be more for real about the situation with what he's saying. You know what I'm saying?
Be more for real.
Remember that. Under the legislation of Barack Obama, homosexuality became legal. Homosexual marriage became legal in all 50 states. They determined that it was constitutional. So that's what he was saying on the concepts of that. They was more worried about that than black rights. And so that's another topic for another subject. You know what I'm saying? Some people feel like they fought for these rights because of white people. Look, I will tell you one thing, yo. I will tell you one thing. Black people have never been that type of way towards our people. It's only certain radical people that include all races too that really look and shame on the demographic because of what they believe. There's certain people that look down on people because they Muslim, because they Christian, because they whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like we all got, but for some reason they stress this thing. And we gonna have to talk about it eventually sooner or later. To where as though they put this stuff in cartoons, they give it to kids. And is this stuff suitable for kids? And look, we done got all off
that's
topic.
going into that's
look,
that
we done got all off topic.
Hold that.
We done got all off topic. Look, we done got all off topic.
That is a deep topic. We definitely going to get into.
He said Mitch told him, "I'm not signing nothing," and he did that. For real. So look, we got our topic. We were talking about homelessness, but I think
Mitch.
but
I do want to say,
I think all of these things are contributing. That was hilarious.
Forget about Mitch.
For real.
Because he forgot about a whole few 30 seconds.
For real, man. Look, we gonna be more for real.
See, I did that.
Yeah, that's big.
Done. Look, I know. I'm pretty sure y'all see the title. We'll start anywhere. We'll end up anywhere because all this stuff coincide. It's just that if we get too deep into what we're discussing, you will never understand the true intent of our original topic. So back to the homelessness in America, which we're gonna wrap this part of the segment
homeless and one paycheck away away
Yeah.
from being
1 or
home.
2 paychecks away from America. We got
Stop trying to
veterans.
shit on somebody
We got
when you're
veterans.
1 paycheck away from homelessness.
And see, that's our thing. That's our
Tom,
thing.
you know what
You
I mean?
can't. You can't.
We
do
tried
that,
to
'cause
look
we
at-
all are almost there.
There we go.
Didn't I have a conversation with y'all earlier, and I was telling you, look, I be hearing other people's stories, and sometimes, like, me as a person, I be looking at, like, yo, I could just say, yo, like, yo, this man messed up or whatever, because your situation worse than mine. I could look down on you and say your situation worse than mine, but I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Something
Realize we can't.
bring me back down to earth, and then it humbles me and makes me realize that you better be glad that your situation ain't as worse that their situation
And
is.
you know what else too, bro? To be honest, if they not paying attention to world stuff, if they leverage that dollar, because other countries are tired, you feel me, of being in our pocket.
Let me explain
You know what I'm
something.
saying? They leverage that dollar, we will be even very fast.
Hey, Nadi said Mitch took his Supreme Court picks and all. And the game
gave them,
that was
and
at
gave
the
them
end.
all to Trump.
I
Right?
meant at the end,
Mitch,
he's
you
right.
talking about Mitch McConnell, right?
Mitch McConnell
Yeah.
at
Right.
the end, he wanted to make. First of all, he wanted to make Barack Obama a 1-term president. He tried, but he didn't. So Barack Obama had a 2nd term. So when your 2nd term comes, where's from us? Now watch this. Barack Obama does more for black people now that he's out of.
But where was his housing? And that's what I was saying, though. Look.
Where was that
Hey, yo,
fight when you had the power?
That's my thing, and I know what you're saying, Uncle Wayne, and that's what I disagree with. Look,
He's
we gonna be more for real.
powerful,
Look,
man.
that's why it's imperative that y'all go ahead and y'all make sure y'all support the stream, and everything, because look, eventually we gonna be making sure that we provide for our own people, make sure we look out for our own people,
that's the goal.
as well as America. We make sure we pay our taxes, do our due diligence to the system, but most importantly, we gonna make sure we gonna look out for our people, because I find it odd that when people get in office like Barack Obama, right? You do more for other people than your own people, and you supposed to be black, which he had black. They gave us a half black. He's not even fully black president. When we gonna get a real black man president?
But
I feel like they threw him in it after they gave him that 8. Now they can say,
When?
"Hey, we gave y'all
Right.
shot."
See?
We gave y'all
That's
shot.
exactly how they
and
feel.
this is what happened.
Right.
So
See?
now we
They're
gonna
like,
have to
all
do-
right, shut up. You
Right.
don't need no more.
'cause
Right.
Anything else is
that,
gonna be someone else.
that was your kumbaya right there.
And I'm gonna throw something else in you too that they had to understand. United States of America, you better understand. You better give us a way more respect. Shit is about to kick off. You ready for this? China, North Korea, Russia,
Africa.
and the Iranians
Yeah.
have had enough
Had
of
enough.
United States of America.
Y'all, Africa just cut off the dollar bill.
Africa too.
Now, see, Africa, I'm going to tell you the difference between the two.
Well, it's
We
same
supposed to
country.
be over there straightening that situation out. We still over here acting like fools. We should have been way over there straightening out. Let me watch this.
And that's why Africans do not deal with black folk like that, because
they know
we don't
it's-
understand the global concept of unity.
It's
We don't
time for
understand
us.
that operating as
but
a people.
it's time for us.
We do things different over
but you
here.
know, we do that, and to the effect of I understand, like the way they fight and stick together, their respect level for the hierarchy and the person, the elder in the family, and all of that, and
It's a
and
difference.
you go work, you can go to a whole nother country and go work, and I'm gonna raise the kids, and
Right.
like all of that, they got us.
Right.
You feel me? But the one thing I don't like is do not judge and put us on it like we had the same opportunities.
Right.
The ones that was over here, you can walk over here and get a work visa. You can get all types of. They'll give you that. You see what I'm saying? The natives, in a sense, the Black Americans, we over here,
don't.
we begging and pleading to
But
get
you know what? That goes
a
back to
piece
us.
of bread for real.
That's
like,
our fault. Because right now, nothing holding us back but us.
But
Hold on, we got a couple.
We have become
My
our
bad,
own
Reverend
worst
Nadi.
enemy.
He said you got a goofy ass. He said you got
Tim
goofy
Wise
ass
running.
Tim Wise running. He said bricks, and he said absolutely, bro.
Bricks,
So we
yeah,
appreciate,
going
man,
crazy,
for
bro.
real though. Look,
shout out to Nadi.
shout out to brother Nadi, man, for real though.
Keeping us on our toes.
Homelessness needs to be addressed like this. Number one, for real. My thing is that men need to be able to dictate, and not just men. You know what I'm saying?
Or for men to be homeless.
Because the white man run the
Women.
world. The white man run the world. Let's be serious. And white men even don't even look out for white men. The white men at the top don't even look out for the other white men. We got white people that are more family to us than some other black people out here too. So let's be more for real about all our situations.
We gotta straighten out, mess up.
What we have to do is have.
What we
have to do is have our men, right? We have to have our men be in control of the circumstances and control, and we also have to have them lead by example. We can't have men kicking women out the house and
listen, our men gotta stop this effeminate nature, man. Stop feeling like this man's strength is a threat to me. Like we really need each other's strength. They got us real live fighting against each other on every level. We come in a room, we sizing each other up off the break.
Brother Nadi said the Eastern Hemisphere is the total opposite of the West.
Say it again. I didn't read that.
He said the Eastern Hemisphere, which means the other part of the world is the totally opposite from the West in which we live in. And he lived over there for 2.5 years, and that is absolutely true. And you want to know how different it is? It's night and day, because we read from right to left. They read from left to right. It's just like totally different. Their whole culture and everything is flipped upside down. Some of them even have different seasons. They just have wet season and dry season and stuff like that. It's interesting to learn the different cultures of the world, especially the Eastern cultures, because this is where culture even comes from.
And it's unique. Like I said, I'm learning.
Brother Nadi,
this been real, bro. This been a real fire.
It's been
real.
It's been too real. And we're going to continue to get into the real, though.
What's the solution? We can go for the solution.
Boy, Nadi on 1,000, right?
Them zesty and spicy ass ninjas. For
you gotta stop it, bro. They capitalizing off of that. They capitalize off of that effeminate man.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying?
Explain more.
Okay, that effeminate man, most people they will confuse it and say, you know, that's a homosexual man, or that's not. That's basically saying you're dealing with docile things that's against your nature. The way you respond to things is against your nature.
Yep.
I don't have if I know that you could say something and I could read it I could choose to read it logically, which is my nature as a man, or I can read it like, oh, he trying to come for me. He trying me. Right away.
What they're trying to do is make the man submissive.
You could be really telling me something that's going to sharpen me. You see what I'm saying? Some of your greatest leaders are the best followers.
Hold on, let's be more for real. What I'm saying? Look, we're going to be more for real about the situation. I'm telling you.
I do a whole session on effeminate nature.
What they try to do is they try to make man submissive, especially the black man. Because guess what? If you are submissive, if they put you in a dress, if they do all this other stuff, right, that they do, right, you'll submit to their cause. Yeah. And you'll be just like a slave, just like cattle, led to the slaughter, right? Led to the slaughter. So as long as you, black man, don't think, as long as you don't have a mind for your own, as long as you don't have control over your circumstances, as long as you don't have control over yourself, black man, you are going to be a statistic. That's what they're showing us.
Look at how the rate is, and this is not even because you know the world will try to spin it. He's talking about effeminate, so that means he can't handle a strong woman. No, it doesn't mean that. If a man, it means everybody knows who they are. They'll respectfully handle that person according to what they are. It won't be no challenge. But back to the effeminate nature, just look how many men are killing women just off the fact that they rejected. They broke up with him. That's an effeminate response.
Or chose to hurt them.
You can't accept rejection.
You
or
know
the
where
fact
we
that
get that from?
Done.
When we was kids.
That's crazy.
We try to talk to a girl and she denies and we like, yeah, all right, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Right. Excuse me, man. Y'all know how it is, man.
Now they just taking it extra
more for real. We be more for real.
They kill a chick, they kid themselves.
Like, the whole idea
is you've heard
the whole idea is to make us submissive.
In the basement.
Now look, if we as black men, every one of us was to stick together, which we do not, we always see each other as a threat before we see each other as a help. we will be unstoppable because you know what? We'll go to the government and say, look, if you kill another one of us in the street unarmed,
Right.
God so help me.
Yeah.
God so help me. And no, I'm not inciting no riot, but what I'm saying is we will raise our voice.
All of us.
We will raise our voice. We will do just as our ancestors did. We'll protest those buses. We'll stop coming to work. We'll do everything that it takes to make sure that we don't do it.
I'm 60 years old and I love that passion. But why don't you do that?
Because we have no leader. As black people, we have no leader. So let's say,
what kind of leader you need?
Let's say the police just did me wrong the other day, and I'm sitting here telling niggas, yo, don't support these people no more. Don't go here no more.
I'm just saying, can you discuss?
No, I can't. But let's say the police did me wrong the other day. You understand what I'm saying?
Let's just say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hypothetically.
Allegedly.
Let's say the police did me wrong the other day, right?
Allegedly.
Let's say.
I'm not laughing. It's not funny.
Look.
Allegedly.
Hey, let's be more for real.
Allegedly.
So get it out. Get your point out, bro.
And we can go further.
Let's be more for real, though. But look, let's say that the police allegedly did me wrong the other day, right? And let's say that my rights and stuff was infringed upon. And let's say I told my people, I came to the camera, just me, myself, being a regular, ordinary person, say, look, don't support these people no more. How many niggas you think will follow me? Nobody. Don't buy Polo no more, because the last time I went to Polo, they gave me a racist experience.
They tried that with
how many niggas ain't gonna support Polo no more? No. Y'all niggas need to get it together.
They know it's always going
to
be.
Niggas they just to get it together.
They know for a fact that regardless of how much of a passion and we preach about it, there's always going to be, I'm sad to say, one nigga that's going to take the bait behind the scenes. He going to think about it's always one. They know that for a fact. He going to sell out. Every powerful black movement, what killed them? Somebody within. Look at the Panthers. Somebody within was taking
a stick. So our history, when people get upset with me, especially it goes back to this nigga thing.
Mad about it.
And they get upset with this nigga thing, but we need to know our history because our ancestors told us you a nigga whether you want to be one or not. But you need to know what type of nigga are you. Are you a house nigga?
Or
a field nigga? Just don't be a bitch ass nigga.
That's what's up.
You get what I'm saying?
That's real.
That's what you gotta understand.
That's true.
You gotta understand where it is because you understand where you fit
be a time, and there used to be a time where that's the last thing anybody ever wanted to be. The lines is blurred. You know what I'm saying? The lines is blurred. It's anarchy. They doing anything.
We gotta be taught. Once you teach someone, they know better.
But see, that's why, and it's crazy and it's hard to say, but that's why they put niggas in dresses. I'm telling you. They don't do that shit to the white man. They don't.
Never do.
They don't.
That one confuses me.
They don't put them white men in the dress. They don't put them in the dress.
They want to be in the dress.
They take it because they look at it like this.
When the white men be on TV,
they don't want to be in a dress.
No, they don't put them in dress. What's the last white man you seen in the dress on a movie? Let's go. Let's go.
You can't think of one of them.
Exactly. I thought so.
You really can't think of one of them.
I know what they're trying to do. They trying to
I ain't gonna lie. When I seen Kevin Hart let the white boy pick him up and swing him around dancing, I'm like,
because at the end of the day, if you wanted to make a real description,
that's a bit much.
No, listen. If you really wanted to make a definition, a hood definition, let's say an urban definition of a bitch ass nigga, excuse my language. It'd be a nigga in a dress. It'd be a nigga in a dress.
True.
That's true.
Ain't always a bitch
what better description?
And that's a fact.
What better description? Think about it. Hold up. Let's pause. Hold on. It's not. We know out here they wear wigs and dresses. They do. Now listen though. But what better description could you describe
so we can say that type of person. That's more of a trait. That's more of a trait than what you look like. That's a fact. I agree with that. That's a trait.
It's the way you carry yourself.
You gonna carry it like that.
And what you do to our listen to who we are as a black race. Where you fit in, what you do. Because if you are slimy somebody, that is the one I'm talking about. You do whatever you do.
How you moving.
Right.
Yeah.
And listen, and we got a lot of that out here. We do.
I
They
mean, that's
smile in your face, and
that's
listen,
life.
Talking about, listen, 30 things of silver to sell Jesus Christ out there nowadays. They sell out
they do that for
one.
Yeah, for real.
They do.
For a couple of dollars.
A couple of dollars.
And that's what I was
sell
saying.
Jesus straight up.
And shooting and telling.
I
How
think
you shooting and telling? Like, what the?
I
thought I was old. Like,
look,
shooting and telling.
Look, I think it's imperative. I think it's imperative to protect our image, because if not, we're gonna continue to be homeless. We're gonna continue to go through the circumstances.
But we need to change that. We are one paycheck away. But some of them are not homeless. That's the solution.
Some of them are not.
Let's talk about the solution.
But you know
Some
what,
of them are not. We're gonna continue the same cycle, but the solution got to do with the problem. You feel what I'm saying?
The solution got to start. It's got to start in the circle, like, because people are not going to receive from people they can't relate to. You feel what I'm saying? That's really where it starts. Like, you might know it's a problem. They don't know it's a problem because they looking at number sheets, a percentage. I feel like it's probably higher than 61 percentage. You see what I'm saying? It's the people that's not recorded, but they're not going to put the person who need to know. Okay, we have offered this program. That person, they not coming to find those people, but you might know 5 or 6. You know what I'm saying? People who need to get to this program. Okay, we gonna give you a van, bro. We gonna offer you a van service, and you just bring them to the program. Yeah, that's what we gonna pay you. We gonna give you the finances. We gonna create a job.
Right.
You bring the youth down here so they can go through the process of it. But they gotta put you gotta go to the man who down here touching this street for real.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like all them fancy speeches and all that, man, that ain't nothing but a sermon.
Right.
How many times we heard a sermon, walk out the door and still got the issue?
An election spiel. That's all that is.
All the bells and whistles and all that,
election.
Yep. Bringing out Jay-Z and all that. Like, come on, bro.
But they don't follow.
Not feeding us.
Yep.
Them young brothers, man, I say that deep. And we get into this. Look at them there, out there not knowing what's next.
And you know what else, too, is a lot of dudes out here, bro, that's like, we have to come together as a collective, because there's some great movements in the city too. Shout out to Shelly Helping Hands up on Emerson Avenue. Shelly Helping Hands. No, this a dude. I watched him.
Shelly.
Yeah, Shelly. That's Shelly Helping Hands. That's his organization. But I watched. He from the village, you know what I'm saying? But I watch what he do in his community.
Shout out Shelly.
Shout out Shelly Open Hands. I watched him. He followed us. He supported Dad's Raising Men when I first started, and we had a little dialogue. I would love to do something with him because, you know what I'm saying, I watch how he move. But that's not the only one. My goal is I want to see all of these dudes in the same room. You feel what I'm saying?
Make a power move.
Yeah. And watch
as
this.
If
you spread it all the way through and pull it, imagine what we get. See, that's what Baltimore needs.
We need that.
We need that.
Let's be more for real. Yo, we've ran way over time, man.
We
appreciate everybody that stuck with us. But look, this is the topic of the night that everybody gonna want to be in, because it's a whole lot of speculation. But this is the topic of the night, man.
There we go.
For real. It's a whole lot of speculation. Everybody can talk about this. It's a whole lot of things to say, but we're talking about fraud in the industry. There is a lot of industry businesses going on now that's not even mainstream. You got to get through all the sub-level bull crap before you get to the top level bull crap. And
but bullshit is bullshit.
And we're going to be more for real about the bull.
Right.
You know how we do it.
We're going to be more for real about the bull.
You know how we do it.
So one thing that we were talking about, there was an artist from Baltimore. I think her name was BMore Barbie. And she had a situation where, you know what I'm saying, she didn't get her just due. She found out
at the last minute.
At the very last minute, after doing all her due diligence, doing everything that she's supposed to do, she found out that she was not going to perform. And I think that goes hand in hand with black business, fraud in the industry. It's not all black business. Actually, white people own this stuff. Let's be more for real.
This is our businesses when it comes to
you know what I'm saying. Business is business. So let's get to the business and the fraud in the industry. Let's go. So what you Uncle Wayne been around for a long time. He's been in this business for a long time.
So I understand what it is, but when we say fraud in the industry, it's like we kick out a lot, but we don't get the same thing in return as producers and club owners.
Behind the scenes.
But a lot of times, club owners are in fraud. It's let me say how you're gonna do this. If we bring in a whole lot of entertainers.
Oh, excuse me, 1 second.
Baltimore
Her name was Baltimore Bella.
Yeah.
Her name was Baltimore Bella. Appreciate you, television in the building. Y'all better recognize me.
So she thought she had an event that she was performing.
And at the last minute, they let her know.
The letter.
And her name was Baltimore Bella.
But they
Excuse
got
me, Baltimore
the
Bella.
fees from her in the beginning because in order for you to get a table or any spot in there, you got to kick out those fees at the beginning.
Yeah, okay.
Thinking that she's going to perform and push herself out there. You know what I mean? She got some followings, a pretty good following, and people like her. But when she's going to perform and find out at the last minute you're not going to perform,
Right.
these club owners get that because they like to get
took her
people
money.
following,
Okay.
and they like that money.
They
Okay.
want to pack it out.
And
But that goes back to, man, we got to stop watching if we need to focus on the long-term money. We keep looking at short money. And I understand business you got to put money behind it. That's what runs the business.
Right.
But I think what we need here is opportunity for people to have an understanding that if I'm trying to help you gain some traction, like you're helping me, I'm helping you. I can't always get my fee off the top. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes it's better to, and I know you heard this before. I prefer a relationship rather than just a quick, you know what I'm saying? A quick little money off you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you remember a movie Colors, you feel me? It's a joke in the movie Colors, right? Classic movie. And they told a joke. He said, let's go down there. He said the little boy was talking. The baby boy was talking to the papa boy. He said, let's go down there, pops, and F one of those bulls, the females down there, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said, let's run down there. The
Right.
papa bull said, no, let's walk down there. F them all. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And that was a funny joke, but it
Wow.
speaks volumes. You know what I'm saying?
Get
Wow.
the content.
Take time and really, we be on it like our feet. We try and cover this, and that's something that Vilo was speaking on too. Like, man, I be trying to create a movement, and the people I'm networking with, they too busy charging. Let's charge them for this. Let's charge them for that. Charge them for this. The whole time, the person is really not. They in growing stages.
Right.
But if you give me an opportunity to really, solidify myself out here, in my craft or my business, me personally, I'ma never forget that. I go, you go. I blow, you blow. You know what I'm saying?
I think the problem is you
But
can't send that ladder back down. I think
we should feel that way. Absolutely.
We should. Yeah, it's a good. We should. We really should.
We should feel that way.
But
I think the problem is that the industry is not set up that way. The industry is actually set up off of you pimping per se the other person. And I think that,
It
So
is,
you mean
though.
you have to? You
It
said-
is,
I think it is
man.
pimping at its
It
finest
is.
for real. Because look, let's say, you the one making the music, right? You the one selling the tickets to the stage, your presence,
You doing all
and all that, and they making the majority of the money off of it.
Right.
I
What do you
mean,
mean as far as the
It's
the
gotta be a
performer?
balance.
It has to be a balance.
no, they are making the most majority. So look, let me ask you this:
So offset the
how
price.
much money do you think an artist makes off of CD sales and all that stuff?
Oh, they make nothing when
Exactly.
they somebody. Yeah, they make.
So how
pennies
much
on
do
a-
you think an
on a
artist?
dollar.
How much do you think an artist makes off of streams and all that stuff every time these songs is played?
Little to nothing again.
They still-
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the stuff that really matters and the stuff they get money off of, they don't get paid from. They get less than a penny.
Those
They
They
get
get less
the
than
money
a,
from the show.
they get
Those-
less than a penny per stream, which is why
Right.
you need millions of
That's what you
streams.
just said. He just said it.
They making show money.
That's why.
Right.
Show
They
as a
make
producer,
show
I
money.
understand,
So when
but-
you sell your tickets, and then if depending on what kind of deal you in, the label and everything's cut in on that too. And then when you make your music and you go in the studio, the label is making
Oh,
money
yeah.
on that end too.
Yeah.
That's why I said.
And that's what I was saying. That's how they pimping us. So
But not all producers pimp you.
No, they
But
don't.
we gotta make money. Like I said, I'm a producer. I want to make money off all those things too.
Right.
But it's not that I'm pimping you. It's like if I'm kicking things out at the beginning, you have to realize that's how I'm going to get the money in the long run. So let's say things change. We a big hit, you all out there. It's like, damn, you gonna easy forget me. That's how it is. They say off me this, fuck you. You know what I mean? Yeah. You don't mean it, but
there isn't a contract and structure that you can make in order to not find out without pimping though.
And if your intentions is right with me, you shouldn't have no problem with signing that.
That's it.
That should be a given. Yeah, you shouldn't have no problem signing. If you couldn't sign that, then I'm not doing nothing.
But we're not like that because most people, especially when they're artists, whether they drawing or making music or singing or whatever, most people when they're artists, they're coming from the bottom and they're looking for their way out, and they can be on the first train smoking, which means they're gonna find they're gonna sign that first check. All they need to hear is 250, 500,000,
more money
1
than
million.
they ever had in their life at one time.
But and I say that they do that, but sometimes you have to pay the price. If you jumped out there, listen, I used to be a salesman too before anything. I used to sell cars. Let me get your problem.
Well, Uncle Wayne did it. Oh, shorty, we need a show
he
got
experience with life.
All the experience.
Uncle Wayne got experience with life for real.
So selling cars, so you see when a white person come in there, they gonna have the credit. They gonna get the bare minimum. They want power steering and air conditioning. Those are the minimum things for them.
That's it.
White black folks come in there, they want it all. Then they living in the process or with somebody you to
play with the numbers and all that.
Yeah,
give me the best
and
thing
all
you give me on that.
Mind is on their mind is how much per month.
Yeah.
Do you see?
Yeah.
Right. So it's like what I'm trying to tell you. We don't read. We don't care. We want to get that right then and there. So when you do it and sign and things don't go right, you want to blame everyone else. Who do you blame?
Accountability.
Yeah. Accountability.
I agree with that.
It's very necessary.
Accountability.
Very necessary.
Okay, but what is the fraud that's in the industry then? Because we see a lot of fraud.
Is it?
And I'm saying they are pimping as a
no, they do this. If you see a sucker, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because this the thing, like you gotta understand, they not your family or friends, and they not you know.
That's what I said.
They in it to win it.
I'm gonna crack your head wide open.
Is it really their fault because you're not doing your due diligence on how to understand the business?
And that's a great point. The world do not owe you understand. That's
not
a great
even.
point.
That's why it's good to establish relationships.
But see, look. Hold up. Check this out. Does it make it not a scam? Let's say you didn't know, because look, bro.
Yeah, no fault to that situation.
No, let's say
naivete.
Let's say you didn't know that you was going into a scam or whatever.
Right.
Now, because you didn't know that you was getting into a scam, do it mean that you shouldn't get scammed?
No, because it happens to the best of them. Yeah. Nobody's an exception when you're in the growing process.
Well, you gotta look out just for you.
The whole industry, though.
Look out just for you because you're not looking out for yourself.
To me, the whole industry is predicated and is built and is inundated with this fraud mentality. They give you the stuff up front, and then you better produce, and you better produce it while you just a one-hit wonder.
Same thing with that. That's why
you know how many people come and go.
That's what they say. A good contract. They say
the contract doesn't matter. You shot
contract.
The only contract that's going to be good is if you own your own masters and stuff like that, and they pay you.
You can work out a good contract. You can.
No,
you know what?
You need to know what you working out.
Motown been pimping for years. Interscope, all of them. That's what that's
but
their job.
You gotta be honest too. These major labels, they suffering now
for the shit they've done.
They suffering because this era they have access to. I can make my mixtape can be an album now. You know what I'm saying? And we honestly mixtapes that was circulating in the street, they was better than some of the albums anyway, but they was the mixtape, so you was getting for like $5.
Okay.
So think about this.
And they put their skills and talents.
They putting the energy that's actually mixtape energy
Right.
And they can sell that as the album now,
Right.
on their own and profit. They didn't have that lane before, so
you can just bypass the labels and go straight to distribution.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To
as
get a deal like
right.
that, yeah,
That's
yeah,
why
it makes sense.
we have grown now with knowledge. If you don't use your knowledge, then you get punished for the shit you do. That's why I said we jump into that because we want anything. I just want to tell everybody
we had microwave mentality,
instant gratification. And that's why we keep falling into those. The younger generation out of control. They just don't care. They want to be able to brag that they have.
If it ain't moving fast,
right? That they have a contract with someone. You know, do your due diligence because the young generation smart as shit.
Really,
y'all are
really smart
as shit.
Really, and you know what I love the passion. That's one thing I love about the younger generation. The passion to do what I want to do in this life and be what I want to be. It's like nothing else. They search it out, find ways and means to make it happen.
So intelligent, but you know what? But makes me angry. They don't follow through.
Yeah,
that is the younger people's major issue that I have to tell y'all. I'm 60. The younger generation won't follow through. They make promises and have dreams and believe in stuff, but they won't follow through. Can you imagine if they follow through?
Why you feel like answer that? Answer what you feel.
Also, I'm glad you mentioned that, is because, like I was saying about the tipping situation, and as with anything, you lose morale. See, this is the real fraud about the music industry, the entertainment industry. The whole fraud about the industry, period, is that they sell us an illusion, right? Mm-hmm. They make it seem like these people you see on TV that's acting, that's singing, they make it seem like this is the normal shit. Excuse my language, but I gotta be direct. They make it seem like this is the normal shit. It's the normal life. Everything that we see on TV, damn near is glamorous. They got the best cars. They got all this shit, right? But we normal people, and most of us normal people, do not experience that life. So, like, I already said it on the previous episode as well, too. Life imitates art, and art imitates life. The biggest fraud is that they selling people this illusion that you can be that. When in reality, that these are the top, not 10, not 5, but the 1% of people. Yeah. These are the top 1% of people. And they show us this on a regular. They show us the top 1% of people on the regular, like this shit is the norm. That's why you got all these women out here trying to go on fucking vacations
and they made it
extravagant stuff. And niggas just want to have the whole man cave. You want to have a woman that behave and want to be able to go out of state.
So the woman that what?
They want to have a man cave, a woman that behave, and they want to go out of state whenever they please. And like, yo, you can't have all three. You can't have your cake and eat it too, bro. Like, for real, let's be more for real about it. But you know, too,
let me tell you what.
Most of us don't live that life.
The formula
they can because they got it. We don't got it.
And you looking at it on social media, bring their personal. It made the celebrity life kind of personal with the average person now, because now they can do lives. This person is showing you, I got this. He flashing all day. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So all it is it's just another form. It's the digital Garden of Eden for real. You know what I mean? That's all it is. It's just
a digital Garden of Eden.
That's
you heard it here first. BMore4Real
Podcast.
Podcast. Let's get that motherfucking real.
Look good.
That was deep. I ain't even gonna lie. That was a deep thing within itself.
Let's go.
Give them, and that's it really caused a lot of problems in the home, because you talk about living beyond your means. People become ungrateful. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They don't respect love on a level. You know what I'm saying? Like, love has to be, we got to take a vacation to Dubai.
Right.
We can't go 3 hours away and tuck off and it be just as much.
Right.
But because you're seeing something else is making you discredit the gold that you have, the treasure that you have. Mm-hmm. And guess who looking stupid at the end of the day? We are. Our kids ungrateful.
I'm gonna tell you, you definitely deep on that comment within itself.
Yeah, it's real, because and we real men and real women, real families, we have to fight that all the time. You might have a man, he is doing literally everything he could possibly do to secure his family. Not everybody. I see, there are some that know how to appreciate the one you with, but he's doing everything that's in his power But because you spend so much time like this, looking at somebody get this gift and that gift, and they always never looking like they have a problem. That's not real life. You go I done seen a pink slip in a bill before to let you know, like, and that this is just crazy, the idea that we not supposed to go through nothing, bruh.
That's it.
Yeah.
And we talk about
crazy.
that out there. That's how churches is when they want that 10% out of your pocket. They're gonna tell you, oh, everything's gonna be wonderful. Get up and let it out, put it up in here, and things gonna be wonderful. And God looking at them like, oh, you got to be kidding me.
Please.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with how much money you're gonna put in that plate on what's about to happen to you.
Yeah.
Right.
You're not listening. You're one paycheck off of being homeless, and you're still not getting it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And
That's the thing.
on top of the fact, a lot of people have, when they went through something after giving to a church, you got to go through a protocol to ask for help. That should be a no-brainer.
Let me explain something.
I'm a shareholder at this
They
moment.
should know
right, like,
your issue.
Yeah, like,
Really?
and I don't like
That's
that
the thing,
about the
because it's not
traditional
there.
church.
They should know your issues, your feelings, and your pain.
Yeah.
It should be on one accord.
Right.
But it's not.
I shouldn't have to let me meet with the board to see if we can, you know what I'm saying? And
you're
another
right.
thing too, it just this don't have nothing to do with nothing, but all the tithers, if you're gonna trust to give your money as unto God, don't ask for a tax. You pressing them for a tax letter at the end of the year. Because
Exactly.
I feel like that's kind of contradictory. If I'm
Exactly.
gonna give it, I gotta turn and look the other way.
You want that write-off.
Right, what you want the write-off? That's kind of double dip. That's low key double
And,
dip.
and what we gonna do right here, nonetheless, man, we gonna make sure
Boys and man,
that
my
we bring
favorite
we
guy.
gonna bring this organization to light like we try to do every week. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna attack them again. We're gonna get on them again.
Always.
We're gonna let brother
Yeah.
Corey tell you about the DRM. Where do we begin? Let's
Man,
go.
Fill 'em in.
First of all, it's a pleasure. It's really not too much to say. I think I already said, you know what I stand for. DRM does not belong to me. It is my family. It is my brothers. It's Uncle Wayne. You feel me? It's Danny. You know what I'm saying? It's BMore baby. You know what I'm saying? We come together as a
BMore
collective.
baby.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. Coming together at the round table and not just discussing things, but coming up with solutions. Because to be honest, I can be an honest man. I ain't grow up knowing everything. You see what I'm saying? So
Corey,
and
deep tonight.
wisdom goes a long way. So if I could feed off of my man or the next one or his energy, and we can come together, and that can help raise our children, and in return they becoming well-rounded men and women. That's what Dad's Raising Men is.
That's what it's all about.
So let's keep it moving.
DRM, man.
Coming from the mouth.
We're gonna
Love
make
all
sure that
y'all.
we're gonna do this as much times as we
got
can.
you, yo. And
But y'all
thanks
make
for
sure
joining
y'all
us,
follow
yo.
DRM.
We really do
Definitely.
enjoy
We
the
don't appreciate y'all, man. It's BMore4Real,
Be
man.
more for
Love
real.
y'all.
I'm
We love y'all. We
Wayne.
appreciate y'all. OMG Danny.
Already.
Big
Thanks
brother
for joining.
Corey.
Oh.
Next
Alrighty,
Wednesday,
let's go.
y'all.